Hello, everyone. What a beautiful night. I'm so happy to be here. And I'm going to sing a couple of songs to prepare our moments, to prepare our hearts for these beautiful moments. So let's sing. When life lends a hand, it's time to open up your heart. It is time to love one another. It's time to take part. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into song. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into song. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. So another song is a kind of prayer, like we sing with the heart, with our soul. And Jesus, here I am, my knees on the floor, to say thank you, my Lord, for the lights that come to this door. Your love is the key to change the entire world. Using these chains wisely, we'll live in peace and harmony. Now I understand, helping others is helping myself. Your words now are so crystal clear. Your teachings have no frontier. To see how the We just have to put love in action to see all these transformations. It's just have to put love in action.
Sometimes it's not so easy. Sometimes it's not so close. Sometimes we build our dreams, but then we see them decompose. When you feel down the dumps, feeling sad and blue, give life a chance, my friend. The sun will shine again on you. Believe you can come through. The rainy days are true. Have little faith in you. Maybe tomorrow you can dream all your dreams again. Though some sorrow remains, it doesn't mean the end. Believe you can come through. The rainy days are true. Sometimes okay to feel blue. Have little faith in you. Dream all the dreams again. Though some sorrow remains, your dreams can get you through. Have little faith in you.
When I go in to pray, I look for my good Jesus. And when I close my eyes, I can feel all His light. I open my heart for all He has to say. He shows me the best way I can enjoy my life. Jesus, Jesus, they never we apart. Please bring all your light to shine inside my heart. Jesus, Jesus, I can be content. I have your endless love and your protecting hand.
la lune, tu la vois, il faut repartir, tout comme elle, puisque telle est la loi, et pendant ta prière en famille, tous les jours on se reverra, et je m'imagine, enfant, à cet endroit-là, peut-être Jésus m'inviterait à sortir un soir dans les jardins de chez Pierre, j'entendrai sa voix à dire tu sens cette brise, la lune, tu la vois, il faut repartir tout comme elle, puisque telle est la loi, et pendant ta prière en famille, tous les jours on se reverra, et pendant ta prière en famille, tous les jours on se reverra.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our public meeting. And we want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. And before we start, we would like to share a couple of announcements. We ask that you turn off your phone notifications and find a quiet place during this time if possible. Our meeting will have a 30-minute presentation followed by a Q&A. Following the presentation, we will also have a spiritual treatment with passes and magnetized water. So we invite you to set aside a container with water to be magnetized. We also would like to announce that our public meeting is being retransmitted today by Continental Concafras Americas through their Facebook, and will also be retransmitted every Wednesday at 8 p.m. East by Kardec Radio through their Facebook and YouTube. And now we would like to invite everyone that is wanting to learn more about Spiritism. Get to Know Spiritism is a free and online course that happens every Saturday at 5:15 p.m. East. And this Saturday is going to be a special class which will be about prayer and gospel at home. That's an amazing topic. So if you want to join our study group, the registration link will be posted in the chat. And now we would like to invite our brother that will facilitate today's special meeting, which will be Jesus, Neither God Nor Man. And it will be facilitated by our brother, Dr. Sergio Thiesen from Rio de Janeiro. Everyone is welcome to write comments and questions in the chat, and we will address the questions at the end of the talk. And now we would like to invite our tonight's speaker. Welcome, Sergio.
Nice to meet you. I am very happy to stay again with you.
And we are really happy to have you here once again. And I have to say that this topic today, just the title, it's so impactful, right?
Right.
So we will be, I will be here in the end of your talk. So the floor is yours.
Okay, Larissa, thank you so much. Hi, my friends. Hi, everyone. My name is Sergio. I live in Brazil. I live in Rio de Janeiro. And I am very satisfied to talk something about Jesus, because we are in December, we are near Christmas, and as a Spiritist, I understand that we have many different and very important and fine um information about Jesus Christ. Do you know? You know about the relationship of Spiritism with the gospel of Jesus Christ. You know about one book uh, of Allan Kardec, especially dedicated to the gospel of Jesus, to help us to do our moral evolution, understanding something like better about the Messiah. And I was thinking about this issue, Jesus, neither God nor man. And I am a physician, and I am studying and practicing medicine for many decades. And we are dealing with very different problems, not only mental diseases, but in the biological, clinical, medical problems. And I know that here on Earth, we are something like a big hospital, because we have millions of patients around the world, and we have other millions of patients in the spiritual realm. And we are working in this frontier between spirituality and medicine, in some way, in terms of bridging spirituality and medicine. And every time, because of the mediumship meetings, because of the magnetic uh, approach to help the people from different countries and different situations and ages that are looking for some kind of benefit from the Spiritist works, always we can stay with the higher spirits, because they are with us, included in our meetings, doing the best to the recovery of our patients in the spirit society. And it's very common to relate those benefits and cure process to Jesus Christ, to Mary, his mother. And I would like to tell you something about this title, Neither God nor Man, because in the Christianity, in those 2,000 years from the life of Jesus from now, many people relate Jesus with God. And in the majority of the cases, the people from different Christians tendencies, they understand that Jesus is a different man, obviously, but a man. And I would like to study with you something that can help us with the Spiritism to understand so much more about the divine messenger from God. So I would like to tell to you that we have one historical importance of Jesus, one idea that Jesus was born, in quotes, 2 millennia ago in Nazareth, and we know everyone that he divided human history into different eras before and after him. So first of all, the idea of the most important man or man aspect in terms of all the history of humankind. So we can divide into big periods or eras before and after him. The people in these 2,000 years believe that Jesus was God, or that Jesus was an ordinary man. And we are understanding and studying and dealing with a different idea from different books and different texts from Spiritists from the last 100 years till now. We can understand that Jesus, he is an envoy of God, but not God. And we can think about this because he stayed with us during a few years, and he did so different things, for example, in terms of cures, in terms of prescriptions in the Gospels to our freedom in terms of different problems in our lives. And we know that he was completely a different, like a man. And because of the extraordinary interventions that he causes during that years, many people, including now, they confound, they trying to understand the so big difference from the human people, trying to understand those people related him as God. But it's not true, because God is very different. We don't know so much about God, but we know about the universe. We know about the creation. And we understand that independently of so nice evolution in just one, the same spirit, or as a man, Jesus, he was not God. God is the creator and father of the universe, and all humanities distributed around the multiverse or giverse, astrophysically and cosmologically speaking. It is completely different. Jesus, he is not God. But I understand as a spiritist that we need to study about God too. One aspect to see with you, it is about the observable universe, because we need to talk something about what we know about universe in terms of the evolution of astronomy, astrophysics, and cosmology. Because, for example, the observable universe is as a ball-shaped region of the universe comprising all matter that can be observed from Earth or its space-based telescopes and exploratory probes at the present time. Because the electromagnetic radiation from these objects has had time to reach the solar system and Earth since the beginning of the cosmological expansion. I would like to tell you that I am a physician, but I am a physicist too, because in one time of my life, because of caring the people in terms of Spiritist approach, I remember that I understand that I needed to study the nature in the mathematical observation with some kind of precision to understand nature in mathematical presentation. So I like to talk about some as broader science as astronomy especially. And we know that Camille Flammarion, a very nice astronomer from the same time from Allan Kardec, revealed to us in Genesis very important aspects of the universe that we can observe and understand in those times. Now it is completely different because of the advancement of science, including especially astrophysics, astronomy, and cosmology. So we have in one kind of trying to count the creation with the capacity that we have now to observe the stars, the galaxies. We have now, and I understand that you like to know, 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe, although that number was reduced in the last year to only several hundred billions of galaxies based on data from New Horizons. Assuming that universe is isotropic, the distance to the edge of the observable universe is roughly the same in every direction. That is, the observable universe is a spherical region centered on the observer, as we can say now in Rio or in Toronto or in Winnipeg, and is unique for every unique observational position. So I would like to put in other numbers. We have in this kind of universe that we can detect from here, 70 septillions of stars. 70 septillions of stars. And this is now, and we don't know how much more we will understand in the future. All this matter, stars, galaxies, named baryonic matter, is only 4% of the true or complete universe, as we can think in those days by the best in science. So the idea of Jesus as God, it is not correct. Because when we study and we know more about the complexity and the idea from the universe in general, we understand that God, it is completely different to think in terms of Jesus Christ or every other spirit, independently of the more special evolution of this spirit. For you to understand too, we have dark matter, we have dark energy. So we can understand the universe life. But all of this dark matter and dark energy, we don't know nothing about this. But this is important. This is real to our understanding about reality. And all of this comes from the God's creation of the universe. Jesus is different. So all this is related to God and creation, not Jesus. Jesus is a son of God with an incredible spiritual condition, a pure spirit of Christic nature. He is, as the prophecy of Daniel, the Son of Man. This is a very interesting prophecy from Daniel that in a dream during the night with the prophecy mediumship, he could see as God transferring to a man that we understand Jesus, the responsibility to create the earth and to do everything during millions, billions of years to stay with us, doing everything to one humanity and many different expressions of nature that we have now, for example, on Earth, to do just here all the evolutionary process of each one, including all of the humankind. So we understand that it is different when we think about Jesus Christ. For example, it is interesting to remember from the Spirit's book the idea of the hierarchy of the spirits. So we have the spirits of first order, pure spirits, those who have already reached perfection. If we try to adapt, to adjust Jesus Christ in this kind of hierarchy, obviously Jesus is one spirit of the first order. But he is not only pure, because when we study other books with the basis from Allan Kardec books, we have the idea of the Christic spirits that are more developed, more pure, more advanced, that all of them that we could include as the first order. But if we need to include Jesus in one idea of spiritual hierarchy, we need to include him in the first order, obviously. I would like to remember with you, I like so much all the books from Emmanuel, from the mediumship of Francisco Cândido Xavier. We have a very important book that I recommend to all of you, my colleagues in Spiritist doctrine, In the Way of Light. So Emmanuel tell to us about Jesus just in the first chapter of the book, in the first paragraph, about the planetary genesis, the community of pure spirits. Come with me, my friends. The community of pure spirits. The text, it is, the traditions of the spiritual world say that in the direction of all phenomena of our system, there is a community of pure spirits and chosen by the Supreme Lord of the universe, in whose hands are kept the directing reins of the life of all planetary collectivities. This community of angelic and perfect beings, of which Jesus is one of the divine members, as far as we know, has only just met close to Earth for the solution of decisive problems of the organization and direction of our planet through twice in the course of known millennia, 2 times only. The first took place when the terrestrial orb was detached from the solar nebula, so that the beacons of our cosmogonic system and the prodromes of life in the burning matter of the planet could be launched in time and space. And the second, when the Lord's coming to the face of the earth was decided, bringing to the human family the immortal lesson of his gospel of love and redemption. This little text from Emmanuel give to us one better idea about Jesus. And I would like to remember with you that in this time from the earth as a word in incandescence, we are working with the idea of 3.5 billions of years from now. So we are understanding that Jesus Christ, he was in those days or era 3.5 billions of years a Christ in the highest level of the spiritual evolution in terms of every son of God. We are not dealing with 2,000 years, 2 million, but billions of years. And it is important to point to this aspect because we will talk to you as one nice idea and consideration that Jesus Christ, when he stayed with us 2,000 years ago, he was not a man because he did not incarnated, because the spirits in the perfect spiritual situation, it is so different from humankind as what we have on earth, that it is impossible to link one spirit with so important differentiation in terms of vibrations and an energy that we cannot link with one aspect of life from father and mother in terms of the egg, the first egg from the human condition. Because this is matter will be disintegrated. So it is for this aspect that we understand that Jesus Christ never live here with as a man, because it was impossible to link one so important and differentiated spirit with one human aspect of material aspect of life, because we will see one kind of explosion. So I understand that it's important, but we know that when we know something like better in terms of Jesus, his origin, his special and spiritual condition, we understand that we need to valorize absolutely all the prescription, all the recommendation, all the examples, all the words, all the cures that he did, carrying all of that patience in the multitude that he all of the time visit to help in different ways, including curing all of that patients and with different problems in medicine, as we could relate that with what we have now. But I would like to tell to you that we have 4.5 billions of years. In those times, Jesus was already a Christic spirit. It's not common. We are not talking about angels. It is different. Recent times, I would like to change my idea with you now that when we think about our planet, our humanity, we can understand that it is a planet of tests and atonements. You know. And as a doctor, I study, and all my colleagues too, obviously, we have thousands of different diagnoses in medicine, including mental disorders and clinical and surgical different diagnoses in medicine. And you know that it's very difficult to one human being in one reincarnation do not be sick in some time and frequently in many different opportunities during his or her life span. So we understand that we have many spiritual problems that cause our different diseases and illness during all of our lives commonly. And I would like to clarify one idea of those days on earth and the importance of Jesus trying every time from unscience times to stay in some way with us, helping us to obtain our spiritual and moral evolution to be healthy people, because all of us different illnesses comes from our different problems in moral terms, transgressions of the divine laws, day by day, and different reincarnation from millennia ago to now. So, for example, I would like to tell to you one research, very simple in terms of statistics. Today, if I study the number of suicide cases from January 1st, from now, we have on Earth, obviously, 1 million of cases. I would like to remember COVID-19. We had 6.60 millions of deaths because of this new virus in the humankind life and reality. We had 700 of millions of cases of COVID-19. We have, I understand that you don't know about this, induced abortions from January 1st till now. Statistically, we had 40 millions of cases. This is a tragedy of this humanity so far or distant from the idea of some nice time of a good process of evolution in moral terms. We are so far from the dream when we understand about the idea of the life in the higher sphere of life here on Earth. So this planet, obviously, it is a very big school in terms of our souls, understanding what we need to know about life to do our evolutionary process. But here, it's a big hospital. And all of us, when we reincarnate here, we are vulnerable. We are with a predisposition to be sick, life by life, reincarnation by reincarnation, including, and because of the mediumship meetings, we can see the hospitals in the spiritual environment. So, six spirits, it is not only one problem in the material world, because we are the same when we are in the spiritual realm or when we are here in the present reincarnation. All of us, nowadays, we have wars in Ukraine, in Syria, in Yemen, in different countries in Africa. We have big problems of violence around all of the countries on earth. This is one indication of our true spiritual condition. So we understand the condition of Jesus from 4 billions of years related to the earth and working to benefit, carry all of the aspect of geophysics on earth and moral, spiritual, and everything to everyone, to all of us, to obtain with the gospel from the heart of Jesus, sacrifice to benefit us, staying here during some years, 2,000 years ago. But I would like to stay with us, with you, some minutes more, because I remember that now we have 8 billions of incarnated people. And when I study Emmanuel, in another book, we hear or we read when Emmanuel write to us that we have 14 billions of discarnated people in the spiritual reality. So when we put both human in both sides of life, we have 22 billions of humans on earth. All of us, we have the same necessities in moral terms. We have the same predisposition to do different things, including so bad things. For example, we have 5,500 of years of history written in our study about humanity. We never had 100 years with peace. This is one indication of our moral troubles, problems in this reality on earth. So we know that we are here because the substitution of our vices by virtues, our inner enlightenment, but we need to do those things. And when we study the life of Jesus, the idea of his work to benefit so many billions of the family on earth, we understand about the importance to know about the lessons of God, of Jesus in the gospel. I would like to understand and to talk to you that when we are reincarnated, we are living in the surface of the earth. But when we are sleeping every night, and or when we are discarnated, we are living in the spiritual realm in different spheres of life. So when we study some Spiritist books from, for example, Brazilian Spiritist Federation, we can study about 7 different spheres. And we have, for example, darkness and abyss. We have the crust when we have a physical body. We have the threshold or umbral. We have one sphere, very nice, from our home, the book from André Luiz, superior of that astral city, art, culture, and science. The sphere more superior, we have universal fraternal love. We have the best in terms of the highest sphere, planetary guidelines. And this is the sphere with the linking with Jesus. Jesus Christ as a spirit, he is not living on earth in the spiritual reality. The house of Jesus is the sun. with all the Christics spirits of every one of the planets in this solar system. And I would like to tell you many other aspects, but when I am looking to Larissa, I understand that maybe that Larissa will give to us some questions, some reflections, and I will invite Larissa to talk to us about some aspects to change the dynamic of this little lecture.
Thank you, Dr. Sergio. It was such a great explanation about Jesus and God and the universe. Every time that I hear and I learn about this and I think about the universe, how little we are, and how the universe is expanding, right? Like you were saying. So yes, we have 4 questions today, and we would like to listen to your answers to that. Some of them are very interesting. So let's see what's the first one. Just a moment. Oops. So the first one is from Anna, and she's asking, does the fact that Jesus was not an ordinary human being incarnated on earth explain his miracles and cures?
Hi, Anna. Nice to see you here. Thank you. I understand, and I understand that you too, some miracles and cures are related to the spiritual condition of Jesus. In this idea, maybe that it was not important, the idea of if Jesus was incarnated or not. But for example, when he disappeared from the scenario of that those days, we understand that Jesus was materialized on earth. He utilizes the ectoplasm from his mother, Mary of Nazareth, and some aspects from the nature, the virgin nature in that environment in those days. And because of the idea of Jesus not a common man, because he never stay here incarnated as we are, or as so many people did, those miracles and cures we can understand more easily when we know about this freedom of Jesus to stay when and with different conditions, choosing for himself, because in those times he was not capable or it was not with some sense to explain to that people what is happening.
They were not prepared, right?
Yeah, no, including now, if we understand Christianity, including Spiritists, many colleagues in the spirits groups, they do not understand the idea of the materialization of Jesus, because many of them they need to have the idea of Jesus born as commonly in this word. But the idea of Anna is very important, and it is one aspect that help us to understand many of those miracles and cures, as Anna was answer and comment with us.
So this is my question, because I was hearing you saying, and you have mentioned that Christic spirits are different from angels. And to be honest, I never heard and I never thought about that. So can you just explain a little bit? Are they like, one are in a higher hierarchy than the other? Like, how does that work?
Larissa, we have angels and angels. The angels, we know that we have the pure spirits. All of the angels, they are pure spirits. But this is a category. We have different vibrations and vibratory moral, spiritual conditions, because we have all different experiences from the sons of God in the big universe. And in the one aspect to be understandable, we can put all of them in the same category. But here we have different spheres of evolution of each one. But Christ, well, the Christic spirits, they are in the higher level of all of that we can see or we can understand or we can suppose in terms of the sons of God. Only to the Christic spirits that God offer the government of one planet or one humanity. Angels is different.
Yeah, I was now remember of that book from Humberto. Well, it's Francisco Cândido Xavier, but it's the work from Humberto de Campos. And I don't remember the name in English, but I remember that Jesus is like the governor of earth, but then like the angel Ismael is like the one that kind of helps in Brazil, for example. So it's kind of that hierarchy that you are explaining, right?
Right, Larissa. It is interesting, Larissa, that we are being invited to study more and more to change our minds in terms of the true reality of the universe, not only related to the earth, but in terms of, for example, we have the solar system. Jesus is the Christ of the earth, the governor, the perfect spirit related to this humanity. But in Jupiter, Saturn, we have different Christs in the same level, but they are the governors of that planet. But when we think about the solar system, we have one Christ superior of each one that are caring of the solar system. In the same way, we have one Christ of the galaxy.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yep.
This galaxy.
Mhm.
But each one, for example, Andromeda, the neighbor galaxy, we have a very big and very developed Christ,
Mhm.
and all of the stars too, all of the planets too, because we have human spirits,
Mhm.
angels, and all of the possible spirits in different moral and scientific conditions. Because, for example, Larissa, when we study one kind of book, this one,
Mhm.
for example, we learn about Jesus, but we study too that we need to continue to open our minds in terms of the big reality. For
Mhm.
example, in this book, we know about that all of the sons of God in each place in the universe needs to develop himself in terms of universal science
Mhm.
and love, universal fraternal love,
Mhm.
something like wings to the flying of the angels and Christ of the universe.
That's beautiful. So we don't have enough time for more questions, and it's such a great topic. So we would love to see you once again in the next time here, Dr. Sergio, to continue this awesome conversation. And I want to thank you once again for all the reflections and all the explanation that you gave to us today. And I want to thank everyone for the comments and chat and questions in the chat.
Larissa, I remember that Publio put one message about his point of view, but I do not complete my reading about. It is possible to include before the concluding the live,
Sure. Do you want me to put his comment?
please.
Oh, here it is. So Publio is asking, as I understood, Jesus definitely is not God, but neither a regular man. How can we call him? Brother? Master?
Well, I think maybe better as a Christ, Jesus Christ. And we, all of us, from now to the future, from past, now, and future, we need to change progressively our idea of what is a Christ. And maybe one way to our reference in terms of words and understanding, comprehension about Jesus. Jesus Christ, but Christ with a new understanding about this word,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
maybe.
No, I agree. It's such a small word, but it means so much, right?
Okay, yeah,
So,
it is. I would like to stay with you till midnight, but but
yeah. So thank you once again. We will definitely see you in future talks, so we can
thank
talk
you.
more about Jesus and more about Spiritism. And now we will move on for our spiritual treatment. So, what is spiritual treatment? PASS is the transfusion of spiritual energy with the goal of assisting with our physical, emotional, and mental balance. PASSes help us to restore a state of harmony and peace by replacing negative energy with healthy and positive energy. In order to receive the best benefits from PASSes, please follow the audio instructions or remain in prayer. You may close your eyes to help with mentalization. During the PASS, the water that you set aside will also absorb the spiritual energy that your family and you can benefit from. We will now make a prayer in preparation for the PASS, which will be our closing prayer as well. So let's close our eyes and calm our hearts and mentalize our Master Jesus and the friendly spirits that are here with us tonight. Thank you, Lord, for this special talk today, that we could learn more about Jesus, about what is the meaning of Christ, and that He is our model and our guide. May we be able to use His teachings in our daily lives, practicing more about love, charity, and kindness. We also would like to thank you for all the benefits that the spiritual treatment will bring to us and to our family tonight. We ask for your protection and blessing for the week that we have ahead, and we trust that you will be with us today and always. So be it.
Let us now prepare ourselves for the moment of the passes and the magnetization of water. Let's now calm our hearts, breathing in and out. Pay attention to your body. Focus on your breath and let yourself be carried by this energy. Let your thoughts pass by without judging them. Let them flow. Allow this light to be the beacon that guides you, and allow these words to penetrate your energy. Make each word an anchor of gratitude, faith, and trust. With the purpose of healing, which takes away my faith, healing every feeling of separation, of pain, let it all dissolve in this moment, leaving only love, gratitude, and trust. We ask God for the presence of our guardian angel and the friendly spirits who welcome us into this enlightened environment of our Spiritist Center. We open our plexus of love and forgiveness by mentalizing a light surrounding our hearts. Find a quiet and comfortable place to begin the mentalization process. Remove all worries from your thoughts. We ask that during the pass you breathe slowly and deeply. Let your body relax and surrender yourself to a deep meditation. Calmly imagine divine energies in soft and colorful light surrounding you in an environment of peace and spiritual warmth. Entrusting God with your most intimate desires, raise your thoughts to Jesus and the emissaries of the spiritual environment. The pass begins with the cleansing of your soul. Imagine a waterfall of crystal clear water pouring over us, removing all the feelings that keep you away from faith and trust. Feel the energy of this water bathing you, and deeply breathe in, feeling peace and harmony. Allow this water to wash away all the impurities and spiritual larvae, washing away all the sorrows and resentments, any feelings of hatred and revenge that hold us back and cause us harm. not only from this life, but past ones as well. Now visualize spiritual doctors around you, applying magnetic cleansing passes, sanitizing your spiritual body of all sadness and negative energy. Mentalize these negative thoughts and feelings being washed away, evaporating from your soul, like water evaporating into thin air, and being carried far away from your mind. Surround yourself with the faith that bathes your being, bringing clarity and lucidity, rebalancing every cell in your body. May the water envelop all pain and bring the clarity of opportunity that chooses peace. The answer arises in our hearts, freeing us from all evil and freeing all whom we have caused evil into and who have caused us evil, washing away all the connections that bind us. Even though we may not understand, we are freeing ourselves from all that causes us harm. Feel this cleansing penetrate your soul and release. Now that we are spiritually cleansed, imagine yourself surrounded by the light of love from the hands of Jesus. At this moment, sing words of faith and gratitude, being faithful to the light that exists in me, planted by the zealous Father. Imagine the sunlight that surrounds and enraptures, freeing us from the chains of everything that holds us down, strengthening your faith. Allow yourself to trust in this light, surrender to it, involved in pleasant feelings and feeling relieved to receive the strengthening lights. Mentalize your spiritual mentors now applying divine light for the strengthening of your mind and your emotions, leaving you feeling emotionally revitalized. Let us now mentalize the magnetization of this water. May we mentalize all the friendly spirits, magnetizing this water and filling it with everything that our bodies, minds, and soul need, so that it may be of help to us when we drink it after the Pass. Thank you, God.
Thank you for joining us tonight. We will be back next Tuesday here on Spiritism Canada and Continental Concafras Americas at 8:30 p.m. East, and next Wednesday on Kardec Radio at 8 p.m. East. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube from Spiritism Canada and Spiritist Group Paths of Light. Have a good night.
Jesus Christ, let us preach the peace, let us preach the love, and this world already wonderful will be much more. Get up, look at the sky, in the earth where the flowers bloom with sunshine. Let's hold our hands and be together on this road. Then we take peace and love and spread it to the world.